Hey guys, this is SamboTech Breakdown. It's a special edition for the fundraiser for the U.S. Combat Wrestling team. This is my student Stan. He's going to be demonstrating with me today. And this goes out to Notwicz, who donated to the fundraiser. And as part of his donation, he gets a customized video. And so the question that he sent in was about when you're close to finishing a submission, and maybe the guy's a little stronger than you and he manages to wiggle out. He didn't give a specific submission, but he really wanted me to talk about details on finishing submissions that are close. And it's given me a couple of days to think about a common denominator in this kind of scenario where somebody's close and maybe the other guy's a little stronger. I think the common denominator is when people miss submissions really comes down to giving their opponent a little bit more space than they need. So really what I want to talk about in this lesson is minimizing space, minimizing the gaps between you and your opponent, and using that tightness, that compression to finish your submissions and control possibly a stronger guy. And Stan is definitely stronger than me. So lay on your side here, feet over there. So we're just going to start for now from a scarf position, but it could just as easily be from like a cross-body mount. Okay, and we're just going to look at getting armbar from here. Actually, rotate a little bit this way too. So, and the concept is going to be leaving no space. Okay, so this is going to be my target arm. I'm going to underhook here. Most of this is pretty basic stuff that people know. So one of the common things that people do when they switch to attack this arm, they step over, right? Before they set up the arm attack or the armbar. So in this example where people step over, it's not a horrible thing to do, but what it does is it leaves a guy a lot of space to move and defend, right? So if I'm working an armbar here, he'll defend like a rear naked choke position, yeah, and put his arm up under here. Now he's given himself some space to wiggle and escape. All right. So when I am here, this is like the broken scarf. I'm not under his neck. I'm under his armpit. I've got this. I'm going to connect it to my body. It's got to be connected to my body. No space between us. Right. When I move to change my position, my right knee here is going to come right where my left hand is. And I'm going to use this connection to kind of turn him on his side. And you'll see my wrist here is already set up for elbow crush position that I'm going to use to stabilize his arm. So when I come here, see I'm holding it tight, pulling him on his side. My knee comes there, controlling his neck. And then I set this up. Now here's another position, right? So this figure 4 position, this elbow crush position, a lot of people use it as a great position. I love it to set up the armbar, but a lot of people, again, too much space. It's loose. So even here, he can wiggle his arm around, wiggle, and yeah, exactly. So go back. So you want to minimize all these little holes and take away that space. So again, wrist, my wrist in his elbow, hand to the wrist, here. Connected to my chest, so I can lift him up. This is much tighter control, no little go holes or gaps that he can wiggle and squirm his arm out. Again, he wants to get some space under there, so if I were like this, he would have room to move, right? Good. But I don't want him to get that arm under there. I want to control his neck and make it much more difficult for him to defend. Again, so it's no space, no space. When I pivot to finish the armbar, I mean I could go for shoulder locks here, but we're just going to stick with the armbar. When I pivot for the armbar, again, common mistake is they'll give people a split second of space. Boom, when they sit back. Now he can defend again, right? I was close, but I gave him a moment. So when I'm here, I have to maintain that connection with my inner thigh and his head, pivot on my knee without giving him the space to defend. Knees tight. Again, here. Big mistake a lot of people make. Again, it comes back to giving space. They stretch out, they stretch their arms out. Now you're going to decrease your likelihood of finishing the submission. Tight, holding tight, minimizing all those holes and gaps that he can use to escape. From here, I can keep this foot underneath, or I can come over and finish. It's up to me. Switch, hug, right? No space. Again, no slot machines. Boom. None of this. This is slot machine. He can rotate his arm here, give him little degrees of protection. I got to make his arm part of my torso and control for this rotation of the shoulder with my legs and of the arm with my arms and my body. And as everybody probably knows, you control the direction of his arm with the wrist. See? He should tap before my back hits the mat. If you've gotten this far and now you're trying to extend, you did something wrong. There's too much space. So you have to have minimal space, tapping before you hit the mat. This same principle, just sit up, of no space, goes for chokes, right? A little bit of choke, a little bit of space he can defend. It goes for foot locks. If I was attacking his ankle, right? One of the biggest things that happens when people are going for an Achilles is they leave a little space and the foot rolls out. This is for when heel hooks are not legal, okay, for now. Obviously, if his ankle rolls out, I can heel hook him. But even heel hooks, if I give him too much space to rotate his legs, he escapes that. Or if it's too loose, sometimes they rotate out like an inverted. We're always trying to minimize that space, right? No holes. So when you're finishing an Achilles, for example, look at your position. If there's holes here, there's something wrong, you know? You want to seal up that hole. Seal up so there's no space anywhere. My coach always used to say, treat ankles, necks, arms all the same. It's, you know, this is like a little neck, like you're doing a little guillotine. Then the rest is just fine-tuning to get that submission. But this is the biggest concept. So, thanks, Stan. So to answer the question, usually if you have something that you're getting close to and it's not working over and over again and you're getting frustrated, like, I keep getting close to this arm bar, I can't finish. I keep getting close to whatever it happens to be and I can't finish. If you go back and look at your performance, you're probably leaving a little bit too much space and giving that guy a little bit too much of a gifted movement to help his escape. Because he could be a big, strong guy, but if he can't move, right? So, like, if the guy's super strong and you give him a little bit of room for movement, that's like magnified. His strength is magnified. You take away that room that he needs to move, and then his strength is minimized. Okay? So go back and look for the spaces and the holes in the technique that are allowing your opponent just a fraction more movement than he should have. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the donation. And anybody else who wants to donate and get a customized instructional SamboTech breakdown video, go to our GoFundMe page at gofundme.com/US team and help the National Combat Wrestling team get to Bulgaria this August for the World Championships.